Hello lovely people, welcome back to my channel. I'm Barbara and this is cycle mapping slash life. My videos are mainly about mapping cycle, the women's cycle mainly, and sometimes my videos are also very practical, like what can you do, how to feel better, how to work with certain, how to make your life overall better. And this video is for everyone because it is about gratitude. Gratitude is kind of like a shortcut to well-being and feeling better and better health. It is because gratitude is really kind of like hiring our vibration. It's like, let's say, like everybody knows radio and you know how radio works. Like if you don't like some station, you just like tune in into another station that you might like better. And that's how our body works basically, because our body has a magnetic field and it's reacting and attracting certain tunes as where we vibrate. Basically it's like what we are getting out, like that's what we're receiving. So we are kind of like a magnified receiver, and what we are vibrating at, that's what we are receiving, and we can change that. Our brain is automatically, or like basically our instinct is tuned into focusing on what's not working, what's not good, what's basically potential danger, so it can protect us, you know, because like if our brain sees something that can be potentially dangerous for us, it's like, you know, like there's like a red flag, watch out, you know, there is a bear, like it's coming out of the woods, just like run, or you know, just like go some safe place. And the problem is that those instincts are very ancient and very old, but our body's reactions to those instinctual reactions are pretty much the same or very similar as they used to be, like very long time ago, like thousands and thousands of years ago. And the problem is that nowadays there's so many stressors and so many potential danger. It's most likely are not gonna be danger, like life-threatening, but it's still dangerous in our brain. Like our brain kind of like just like sees it as a potential danger, and like therefore there's a stress reaction, cortisol levels, the hormone of stress goes up, and we're just like, you know, kind of like tense, adrenaline goes up. And our reaction is like to run, flight, or freeze. You know, that's the reaction. And with gratitude, we can actually change the focus towards the danger, to what's working, what's good, what's really potentially making our life better and safer and very nice. It's not about ignoring what's threatening us or what's dangerous, but there are very few very dangerous, life-threatening situations in our lives, most likely. If you're watching this video, you have either a cell phone or a computer where you can actually watch that. You most likely have like headphones and you can just watch and listen to what I'm saying. So that means that you are wealthier, way wealthier than many people who don't even have access to internet, or you know, they don't have phone or computer. So you're very wealthy compared to other people. So that itself can be acknowledged and focused on as like, not like I'm better than somebody or like I have more than somebody, but look, like wow, I have phone that I can use and I can get a lot of information. That's something that you can be grateful for. And also you have computer, so you can work on computer, you can access information and certain different things. So you can, you know, search online, like you can buy stuff online. So there are so many things to be grateful for, and it's not only the materialistic things, of course, but if you're healthy, like that's a huge thing to be grateful for, because health is essential for our well-being. If you're not healthy, everything else sucks, really, because if you're not well, we cannot really enjoy life to the fullest. So ultimately, it's really important to be healthy, to be well, so you can enjoy life. And if you're not so well right now in this moment, you can realize, just really acknowledge that nothing stays permanent, nothing stays forever the same, which is a big relief that everything is changing. There's constant change that is happening and nothing stays the same. So if you're struggling in this moment, if you're not feeling well, if you're not well, that's not gonna last either, which is great. That's a great news. And it's a big comfort also. And you can just acknowledge it as like saying to yourself, not like, oh, I'm great and I'm feeling amazing. That's not true. And your brain is smart, like you're smart enough to acknowledge like, no, I'm not well, I'm not feeling great, you know. But what you can do is like, I felt better before, so I can feel better again. In this moment, I'm not so great, probably, but you know, like, I still can walk, or I can still make things with my hands, and I can create things, or I can hug somebody, I can, you know, touch someone, like, or even yourself, like you can give yourself a little massage. It is huge. Like, that's, many people don't have that, you know. Disabled people don't have the possibility to hug someone sometimes. Like, if they're physically incapable of moving, then they can't really hug somebody. So that's huge, and we don't acknowledge that. Not enough, I think. I believe it's something that we take for granted, and it's not. So that itself is a big thing to be grateful for, that we can move, we can walk around, our feet takes us wherever we need to or want to, that we can touch, we can feel, we can smell. Like, I couldn't smell for a really long time, and I can smell now again. And that's a huge thing for me, because I realized how many memories I have tied to my sense of smell, and also how the sense of smell is really guiding me sometimes. Like, if you feel, you know, something smells bad, like, you don't want to walk there and you don't want to just, like, you know, take it in. There is always enough conditions to be grateful for and to be happy. It's only about focus and how we change the focus, where we put the focus. So if we want to feel better, for example, we can listen to some music that it's gonna kind of like change our vibration, because music has a vibration. Everything has vibration, right? Like, everything has magnetic field, everything has some vibration, and sometimes the vibrations can be very low, so you don't feel good, and when the vibrations are higher, lighter basically, that's when we feel better. And we don't have to recognize those vibrations, but it's kind of like a common sense. When we don't feel good, usually we have a tendency to just like close ourselves, just like to be, you know, kind of like depressed and not feel good. And we don't want to even do things that are gonna make us feel better, like fresh air, go out and, you know, just breathe. Just breathe. Like, the first thing actually that we can do to go back into ourselves, to our body, just like to be present, because a lot of the times, like, we're just in our head and we're in the past or in the future thinking like, oh my god, what's gonna happen in the past, you know, like, and we're kind of like, just like, that's the trap, that what happened in the past is kind of like determining what's gonna happen in our future, because we're stuck mentally in the, oh my god, this happened in the past and then it didn't work out and it's bad, and then you're projecting it into a future, and then it kind of happens because what we're putting our attention to grows, and just like it makes it bigger. So the focus is very important, and we can reprogram and retrain our brain to stop focusing only on the negative, because it's kind of like the instinct. We can start using it as a tool to focus on what works, what's good in our life, what we can do. For example, you can drive maybe, like not everybody can drive. You even have a car, that's amazing. You have a car, that's great, you know, a car that works. Or you have two eyes that can see, you know, like, wow, you know, like you can see. Many people are blind and they don't see, or they don't see very well, anything that you can think of that works in your life and you're not acknowledging is something to be grateful for. You know, or that you can have plants in your home, or you have a home. You have all these skills and experiences that you can use for your benefit and for benefit of everybody else. And really, like, you can kiss somebody, you can touch someone. That's amazing. That's really, really, truly amazing. Maybe you have a pet that really loves you because you're taking good care of that pet, you know? Or maybe there is a sunshine, it's beautiful. Wow, you know, like, I'm grateful that there is a sunshine. Or maybe there is a rain. It's amazing, it's raining because, like, I don't have to water my garden. That's great, right? So anything that is happening, anything that is, it's not about just like pretending like, oh my god, I'm so happy that it's raining and it sucks, like I'm like wet and I'm like cold and I'm not feeling well. That's not about it. But really, like, we can acknowledge like, oh my god, I'm pretty cold right now because it's raining and I'm wet, but it's great for nature. Like, nature needs the nourishment of water to be able to grow, you know? So all that stuff is something to be grateful for. And the more you're practicing the gratitude, the more you start actually shifting that focus that is so instinctual towards what's negative, what's not working, what's not good, towards what is working, what is great, what is really nice, and what you appreciate and what you like. We just had Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving is very commercialized, of course. And there is a lot of difficult history that is tied to it. But if we take aside all that stuff and we start focusing on what Thanksgiving is about giving thanks, being grateful for all the food that we have, all the people that we can meet, and all the family and friends that we have. And that's amazing. That's really something to be grateful for. And ultimately, like, if we have any reason to be grateful for, is great. Like, it's a good reminder. Like, oh my god, okay, what can I be grateful for? What is the thing that I am grateful for? And right now, right here, you're gonna find 5 things that you can be grateful for. I can guarantee you that. It is really about practicing. You have to practice that. It doesn't come naturally. It is really about practicing. Some people have more tendency towards being optimistic. Some people are more pessimistic, but that's okay. Like, it's probably gonna be easier for those people who are optimistic, but it's not a problem after practicing for the people who have the pessimistic tendencies to start shifting that focus. It is really in our power to change and to shift. We're not trees, we are not rooted in one place, we're not standing here and like for the rest of our lives. We can move around, we can change our setting, our mindset, our focus, and that's about it. That's what I really want. Like, I'm encouraging you to focus on that and start practicing, and you will see. Maybe it will help you to write it down, what you're grateful for every day. Maybe 1 thing, 3 things, 5 things, it doesn't matter. Maybe you are more verbal, so you can tell somebody. Maybe you can make it into a ritual with your family, for example, that you can sit down or just like lay in a bed before you go to sleep and tell each other what you're grateful for, what really happened that day that you really enjoyed. And it's a form of prayer, basically. Again, like, it is about focusing on what you want, what you like, what you enjoy, and not what you don't want and what you don't like. It's really, really important to start shifting that energy of like that instinctual negativeness and stranger danger mindset into being more aware of what's truly happening here now in this present moment, being in the present moment, being in the body, like really, like just like focus. That helps with breathing. Just slow inhale and slow exhale. Just these 3 slow inhale and exhale is gonna lower your cortisol, which is a stress hormone, and you're gonna feel better. That itself is enough to start with, for example, and then you can add a thing or two that you can think of that you're grateful for. So I really hope that you're gonna try it out. Please let me know in a comment if you tried it, if it worked or works. I will be happy to hear that. You can also give a thumbs up to this video so more people can see it. Also, you can subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. I'm posting almost every Wednesday, 1 week in English, 1 week in Czech, so you can be switched up a little bit, and people from Czech can watch my videos and people from English speaking can watch my videos too. And I look forward to see you at my next video again. Have a beautiful day and see you next time. Bye!